Bitcoin is at an inflection point, consolidating near the lows below $20,000, just above $19,000. Some people say $10,000 Bitcoin is in the cards. There is a lot of support around the 13,000, 14,000 area, yet things look bleak. There is some hope, however. Quietly in the background, whales are accumulating Bitcoin. Whales bought 275 plus Bitcoin from exchanges in the last 18 hours. Whales are buying 140,000 Bitcoin each month directly from exchanges. Glassnode. Don't believe me? It's right there in the data. Guys, smash the like button, comment your thoughts below, and let's dive into this data. They don't want you to know, but thanks to on-chain data, we can see what whales are doing. As Bitcoin crashes, data shows whales are buying the dip. Amid the ongoing crypto crash, on-chain data indicates that so-called Bitcoin whales have been quietly filling their bags. The leading cryptocurrency, i.e. Bitcoin, is currently trading under $20,000, down 35% year to date, and down as much as 71% from its all-time high of $69,000 in November of last year. During massive sell-offs like this, many investors liquidate their positions. This, however, does not appear to be the case when it comes to those entities who hold more than 1,000 Bitcoin. Fresh data from Into the Block indicates that this demographic, the whales, have actually continued to accumulate cheap coins despite the bearish prices. This is that data. Take a look at this orange line. And it's important to note that whales, so entities that hold 1,000 Bitcoin or more, they don't just buy all the time. They typically go through accumulation/distribution cycles, often aligned with Bitcoin's market structure. When the price dips, they buy. When there's FOMO in the air and everybody's excited about the price going up, sometimes whales sell. Well, at the moment, these entities, the whales, are adding to their balance aggressively, acquiring 140,000 Bitcoin per month directly from exchanges. Whales are aggressively buying Bitcoin. Now they own 8.69 million of the Bitcoin supply, about 45%. Well, what about the minnows? What about people like you? What about people like me? Well, small Bitcoin holders with less than 1 Bitcoin have also been adding to their balance at the most aggressive rate since March of 2020, the most aggressive rate since the COVID dip of 2020. Shrimps are adding at 36.75 thousand Bitcoin per month, which is 0.2% of the circulating Bitcoin supply and 1.36x monthly issuance. Shrimps now hold 1.2 million Bitcoin in total. These shrimps are probably smarter than the average retail investor because they're doing things that smart money that the whales are doing. So really one of the only unanswered questions at this point in time is, has Bitcoin bottomed? Is the $17,000 price point from the other week, was that the bottom for Bitcoin? And of course, Bitcoin bottom formations are only obvious and can only truly be called in hindsight. They're not obvious at all while they're forming. Just because certain patterns perform well in the past doesn't guarantee it would unfold similarly in the future. Now, we have discussed whether Bitcoin has already bottomed throughout our videos from the past couple weeks, specifically here and specifically here. Check out these two videos for more thoughts on has Bitcoin bottomed. Here's the thing. I believe in a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, I believe Bitcoin isn't going away. And over time, as demand increases, particularly as the world trends more digital and people realize how centralized and permissioned all of their things online are, I believe the demand for Bitcoin is only going to increase, and buying Bitcoin at 17,000, 20,000 today will be a good long-term investment. That's my personal opinion. I mean, what other time have we seen small countries bragging about the Bitcoin that they're buying? El Salvador bought 80 Bitcoin at $19,000 each today. Bitcoin is the future, says their leader. Thanks for selling cheap. Now, you might say that 80 Bitcoin actually isn't all that much for a small country, and buying 80 Bitcoin isn't going to affect the market price of Bitcoin at all. I understand that, I agree with that, but more important is the narrative, because you better believe that All eyes from global leaders and countries are on Nayib Bukele in El Salvador. The IMF is watching this. Russia is watching this. China is watching this. America is watching this. They're seeing El Salvador buy 80 Bitcoin, and they're thinking, we don't have 80 Bitcoin. Maybe we should get some, potentially. Now, let's talk about Ethereum. I'm bullish on Bitcoin for a certain set of reasons. I'm bullish on Ethereum and other cryptos for almost an entirely different set of reasons. As you know, NFTs will be launching on Instagram and will be launching on Facebook. This is what it's going to look like. This is an Ethereum address. How could you not be bullish? Facebook has billions and billions and billions of users. Not to mention Ethereum from a tokenomics aspect. Update, over 2.5 million ETH have now been burned since EIP 1559 went live. This is supply taken off the market forever. That's over $2.5 billion burned forever. And if you're bullish on MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor buying all the Bitcoin, if you think that's bullish for the price of Bitcoin, if you're bullish on El Salvador buying Bitcoin, those things are bullish for Bitcoin, do take supply off the market. Well, EIP 1559 and the burn mechanism takes more Ethereum off the market for ETH. So if you believe in supply and demand, which is a universal truth, how could you not be bullish? And by the way, the merge is coming up and will only be better for those supply and demand scarcity tokenomics. Quick update on Ethereum's path to the merge. 2 milestones are checked off. DevNets and Robston testnet coming up this coming week. Sepolia testnet, then Garoli testnet, and then Ethereum mainnet. The merge will be here. The merge is coming this year. The only question is when. Well, currently the merge is scheduled for mid to late September. Important to note that scheduling is done via block numbers, thus it can fluctuate due to hash power changes, but it seems very likely Ethereum will transition to proof of stake this year. And by the way, Ethereum was for the rich in the bull market. Well, Ethereum can be for everybody in bear markets. I say this because Ethereum average gas fees have fallen to $1.57, the lowest since 2020. So if you use the Ethereum ecosystem, now might be a good time and for the next couple months to get your Ethereum transactions in. And speaking of layer 2, because layer 2s are being built out and integrated and adopted like crazy, this is big news. ConsenSys partners with StarkWare. StarkWare is a roll-up L2 solution that does not have a token at this point. They use zero-knowledge rollups, and zero-knowledge rollups are being increasingly integrated into the Ethereum network in general. And what you need to know is this is why it matters to you. ConsenSys and StarkWare have entered into a partnership. ConsenSys is really the company, the entity, the DAO behind Infura and behind Metamask, meaning that Metamask, the most popular hot wallet, I would say, is integrating StarkNet, allowing developers and users to build and explore layer 2 options. So MetaMask might get a whole lot cheaper in the future. StarkNet is expected to help Ethereum reach a throughput of 100,000 transactions per second. So, give me your thoughts on the state of the market. I want to remind you, the people who made the most money in 2021 were not the people who came in 2021. They made good money, but the people who made the most money were the people who stuck with Bitcoin and crypto in 2018, 2019, and 2020. And that's where we are right now. I think one of the best things you can do is just invest in yourself and invest in your education. Really dive into this, become a nerd about it. Historically speaking, crypto nerds have made a lot of money. My name is Aaron at Altcoin Daily. See you tomorrow, my friends.